What's going on, guys? It's Jake. Today we're going to be talking about a Beyblade that is just around the corner, Cho Z Achilles. This Bey comes out December 27th, and it is the last big release for 2018. And with all the information and pictures that are coming out, this looks really, really awesome. So let's just get right into it. Before we get into the pictures and information though, I have to thank a couple of members on the WBO because they supplied these pictures and the information that I'm going to be using. So I have to give a thank you to Gray Bay, Adarsh, Mana, and Triumph on the WBO. I'll leave a thread, I'll leave a link to the thread in the description down below so you can go and check it out for yourself. But big thank you to them. The first thing we have is like this spread where it basically just shows off really almost everything you need to know about the Beyblade. So you see a pretty cool picture of the front on shot, and then right underneath that you have a pretty good look at 00 or 00, however you want to say it, and the driver dimension. Honestly, 00 is actually kind of surprising. I thought it'd be rounder. Like, I literally thought it'd just be, they would sandwich 0, like 2's a lot more, has a lot more edges, a lot more shapes, which is kind of interesting. I definitely didn't think it'd be that round, but we have some more to talk about a little bit later on about it, so let's just move on. Next, we have dimension, which just looking at it front on, I don't know. This is kind of my bias though. I don't really like drivers that have mode changes. Like Zeta, I didn't really care about too much. Not many people think it's that great either. That's just because, sure, while you get 3 different tips, none of the tips are really amazing, and that's kind of the problem we have. Much better. Still not that great, but it still has a couple of uses. Like, I'm seeing it being used for Spriggan Requiem, for example. So really, they really have to nail these drivers to make them really interesting, in my opinion. And dimension, just from this picture, doesn't really look that special, but I'm going to show you a picture a little bit later on. But there is the sideways shot of dimension, and then in the same picture, a little bit off to the side, we do see a little bit more information about the actual layer itself. And according to Mana on the WBO, the Cho Z Achilles does have a burst stopper, but not only does it have the burst stopper, it is also being described as basically the ultimate mixture of attack, defense, and stamina. So this Bey, guys, could be kind of OP. Not even kind of. Chikara Tomy themselves is saying that this Bey is going to be OP. Like, what? And then Mana also described 00 as being the heaviest disc in the game. Like, that is its gimmick. It is the heaviest. So I'm going to guess that this is probably going to weigh like 26 or 27 grams. 0 weighs 24. And then my 10 disc weighs around 25. Like barely at 24 to 25. Kind of depends on the scale you use. But if this one is going to be the heaviest, and it's actually, what if it was like 30 grams? Like, just think of that. I don't think they would go that far. But just imagine if this disc ended up being 30 grams. Now to talk about dimension again, user Gray Bay actually posted a picture of what the mode change is going to look like on it, and still I am just not convinced for dimension being that. I feel like it'll be a fun driver, but if you want like it has like what looks to be almost a massive like giga flat, sort of like a massive hole flat, so I'm gonna guess it's gonna have an insane attack mode. And then when you change a mode, it's like a little metal ball pops out of the bottom. And I really just don't know how I feel about that. It definitely looks kind of weird. It's not atypical. I don't think I will be until I'm actually able to use it myself, because that's when I'll be able to tell. Like, I really was not sold on Evolve either for the new Cho Z Valkyrie, but actually using it, it's actually kind of fun. It's not the best, but it's actually still pretty fun. So I expect this driver to be fun, but not, you know, crazy, insane, overpowered or anything. Now, just to move on to speculation a little bit, it's been kind of confirmed, but people still, including me, don't really believe it because it just doesn't seem like it'd be true. But this starter, for this Cho Z Achilles starter, is actually going to most likely include an LR launcher, which is really, really weird because that means that Achilles, I mean, It'd have to be, or else why include an LR launcher? But this Achilles is going to be dual spin, much like, you know, the Spriggan line. So it is definitely kind of interesting, because if you look at this picture right here of Cho Z Achilles, it doesn't have the same, you know, tabs that Spriggan does, and the Spriggan's tabs are like white, and it's kind of obvious that it's a have it. So maybe they changed how it works so you don't have to change modes. But if they did do that and they were able to figure out a way to not have to do a mode change, then why have it on Spriggan? Why have that mode change on Spriggan still? So it's really weird that this new Achilles could have anything to show that it would be a dual spin bay. So it looks kind of interesting in my opinion. But looking LR launcher so far, I love the colors on it. I love the little Achilles. Kind of, I don't know if it's a sticker or if it's a print. It's probably going to be a print, but the little Achilles print on it, it definitely looks really, really cool. But I hate LR launchers, not because they're not good. I love LR launchers' power. They definitely have a lot of power. The launcher that I use in my battle videos currently, and I'm saying currently because I'm about to tell you why only currently, I use a gray dual threat launcher. So it's basically the Hasbro version of the LR launcher, but I don't like them much because they are very, very fragile. In fact, that's kind of a problem with burst launchers in general, just how fragile they are. Like the sword launcher breaks super easily. The digital sword launcher, some people were breaking it after just a couple of uses, and the LR is definitely no exception to that rule. It definitely, I mean, I've had 3 of them so far, and they've all just stopped working well. They've gotten jammed more often. 2 of them, the left spin doesn't really work at all. And then the other one, it was okay for a little while. And then it just started skipping really, really bad. Till eventually I had to launch the bay super slow, or else it would just, you could hear like a grinding noise and the bay would just drop off with like a little baby spin. So I really hope they fix it. I heard a little while ago, I can't really show you any sources, I can't really prove this, but I did see a little while ago that they are working on a fix to make it more durable, and then they're going to do like a little bit of a restock on the blue one. But I don't really know. I don't really know if that's true or not, but I would love to see them finally fix the durability problems, because it's a really strong launcher. Like it has so much power. I definitely love the dual threat launcher and the LR launcher when it works. I just don't love it as a whole because they just break so easily. And guys, there was a time when getting an LR launcher before the blue one came out were on Amazon, and even some listings on eBay would be like $30 to $40 US. Now, just to talk about recolors a little bit, there's actually a blue and a gold recolor for Cho Z Achilles. The gold one is, I mean, that's not really that crazy. I most likely won't be able to get my hands on either one of these, because it does seem like the blue one, in that it's only like 1,000 of them made, and you have to basically enter a raffle through Coro Comics to win. So if I'm able to possibly buy this Beyblade, this bay is probably going to be extremely expensive, so I probably just won't. But I mean, sorry for the low res picture, but this blue, it looks cool. I mean, it definitely is pretty awesome. I wish it had a little bit more yellow on it or something besides being all blue, but it definitely still looks pretty cool. And then the gold one looks sick. I love gold recolors. That's probably why they make so many of them, because a lot of people love them. But I really like it. But once again, this bay is probably going to be super, super rare. If I can get it for you guys, I will. I don't know. I know there was a gold Revive Phoenix, and it was listed on eBay for like $2 grand or something, like $2,000 for a Beyblade. Yeah, guys, that is going to wrap up this video. It's probably going to be my last video covering the new Achilles, unless we get some bombshell info about it. Like, I might cover it in the show, but another video on it until I actually unbox it, and hopefully very, very late December, if not in the first couple of days of January. So be on the lookout for that, even though it's like the next one. Have fun, and bay away.